Okay guys, welcome. We're going to talk about an open soil garden, open soil gardening, open soil life. We have to return to our life cycle and having this closed soil, having this barrier between us and the soil, having this barrier between us and our food supply is killing us. This guy's body, your kid's body, is measuring the amount of soil health, measuring the available nutrients in the soil, the available microorganisms in the soil. These things are meant to be going in a circle. Microorganisms leave you every day. If they're going into a water treatment plant, that's your attempt at a life cycle. But that doesn't work because we're using antibiotics here. We're murdering all of the microorganisms. 10 billion leave you every day. Currently, your life cycle is, your attempted life cycle, is to put the microorganisms into a water treatment plant. Then that water returns to you with zero microorganisms and full of antibiotics that kill all the microorganisms you have inside of you. Microorganisms that make serotonin, dopamine, GLP-1s, nitric oxide, your human natural free Viagra. It's not the less potent. The Viagra that you buy is a knockoff that has side effects. It can kill you and is currently doing you harm versus a Viagra that's 10 times more potent and you never have to pay for it. Nitric oxide. The problem with nitric oxide is it's not manufactured inside of your body. You don't have a nitric oxide organ. You have been living with a symbiotic microorganism that manufactures nitric oxide for you. It eats citrus and poops, secretes, whatever you want to call it. The citric goes in one end, the nitric oxide comes out of the other end. If that guy's living inside of you, you're never going to need to buy Viagra. There's a guy that makes GLP-1 so that when you eat food, you feel full and content. Oh man, I ate food and I feel great. I love eating food and I love being done eating food. I don't feel hungry anymore. In the 50s, everybody was skinny because everybody was walking around with GLP-1 full supply. Not a knockoff version, 10 times stronger than the stuff you buy, but no price, no side effect. The problem with that is that you don't have a GLP-1 organ inside of you. You have evolved symbiotically with 1,000 different microorganisms, and each of those microorganisms has billions of their species living inside your tummy. The problem is there's no gateway. There's no signal that says, hey guys, get off the poop. He's about to use the restroom. You guys are all about to leave. And so your microorganisms that are supposed to be doing all these amazing jobs, making your happiness, making your motivation, making your drive to exercise, to feel content, to feel happy, they're all leaving you. If you're in a relationship with a water treatment plant, they're all dead. So where you start out is you've got quintillions of these microorganisms. Then every day you're going to poop. You got 10 billion less, 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 and pretty soon you're having to buy nitric oxide so your wiener will get hard from a pharmacy. Pretty soon you're having to buy GLP-1s so that you can be skinny again, feel content when you eat food again from the pharmacy. It's costing you $1,000 a month, but this isn't a natural product that you've evolved with over a billion years. This is a product that has side effects. It's killing you. It's killing your liver at the same time as it's making you sexy. But we have a free one that has no side effects. Guys, we have unlimited free GLP-1s. No price tag, no side effects. My amazing graphics here. No price tag, no side effects. When the life cycle is observed, the species life cycle. If we put mice in a laboratory experiment, and we just get rid of the soil, but we give them unlimited food, unlimited water, unlimited safety, unlimited agreeable temperatures, unlimited housing, they'll take advantage of this amazing situation for about a year. And then they'll all turn homosexual at the same time. They'll be confused about who they're attracted to. They'll start having sex with the same sex or avoiding sex altogether. And if that doesn't reduce the population quick enough, they'll murder each other to extinction 100% of the time. All we did was take a species in the laboratory experiment and isolate them from the soil, from the species-specific energy, from their food supply, natural food supply. You'll preserve food from the corner store, from the grocery store. That's not food. If you eat that, you're in this experiment called Universe 25, and the same thing is going to happen. All the news stories. Headless children found in the trunk of the mom's trunk. Babysitter being eaten alive. 2,500 sex traffic, human traffic persons returned in one state. They're trying to tell us murder is down. The murder rate's going down. And we're watching the news going, hey, I think somebody's just figured out where to put the bodies. Before, a murder was something where, the people were like, I don't know what happened. Or a serial killer would plan something out, and getting caught was part of it. He'd leave clues. Yeah, we don't have that anymore. We don't have people panicking anymore. We don't have people that don't know what they're doing and the police show up and there's a guy standing there with a knife. We've simply gotten people that are good at this. We're going to find out at some point where these bodies are going, but we don't have 2,500 sex trafficking people kidnapped and freed from a single group. That's not the nationwide. That's not even statewide. That's one group of sex traffickers in a single state. They freed 2,500 people at once. That doesn't even mean that's all the people that group had kidnapped and forced into slavery, sex slavery. That's just the guys they caught. That's just the children that they caught. 2,500 in one shot. And you're telling me the murder rate is down? Where are those kids going? They're not going to tell the police. They're not getting up and going away. Those are disposable people at this point. If they become a liability, they're being murdered. They're just not, the people that are murdering them are simply not being caught anymore. You're living in this universe 25. You just don't know it. This feels normal because your body is saying, hey, we have to reduce the number of the species that are in this area because your body is measuring for species-specific energies and you ain't got none. You got grass covering your soil in front. We go ocean of cement, then ocean of grass. Nothing is going in. Nothing is coming back to you. Open soil. Open soil. Nice people. The chickens outside aren't necessarily making a mess. They're pooping all day, but they're pooping onto soil. The ants and the microorganisms are quickly taking that and putting it into the earth, and then amazing things are growing out of that, and me and the chickens and the rest of the animals are eating those things. So we have a circle. The microorganisms leave the human, they go into the soil. The plant has evolved to turn sunlight into sugar. That's amazing, blows my mind every time. This guy's turning the sun into sugar, and where's he putting it? He doesn't even need the sugar. He's going to use a tiny bit of the sugar to do work and make fruit. The rest of the sugar he's going to put into the soil. When your microorganisms, 10 billion microorganisms, leave you and meet the sugar in a warm, dry place, this is a Dominican Republic extended vacation. These guys are doing work in the body. When we put them in the soil, they're partying, dude. It's time to have some sex. It is time to relax. It's time to grow up some beautiful young children. And now our 10 billion turn into 10 trillion. And now we see extreme health in the soil because these awesome guys, kids, do the same job in the soil that they do in you. Now the tree is going to take up all the beautiful nutrients. That's right, nutrients are leaving you as well. Calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, nitrogen. All these things are leaving you, going into the soil. Soil needs all of those things. The tree needs all of those things. And now, as you care for this plant, as you eat the food from this plant, all those microorganisms go where? Back into you. Now you have a constant supply of GLP-1s. You have a constant supply of nitric oxide. You don't have to buy that because it's going in a circle. Never-ending supply. But this is impossible if you live in this Tupperware life. If you isolate yourself from the soil with cement, with ceramic, beautiful ceramic tile, and isolate yourself from the plants and animals with walls and windows, but also just distance, your body is not attempting to measure how many dead cows we have at the grocery store. It's not attempting to measure how many live cows we have 50 miles away in the country. Your body is measuring your house and deciding if you need to live or die. If there's no energies, we cannot procreate. You're looking around at the humans around you going, hey, this is what humans look like. Because there's no contrast. If you watch the TV and watch an African thing and go, well, look at these animals. Got no goddamn clothes on. What are you doing? You're not going to notice that these girls have huge, beautiful lips to attract the opposite sex. You're not going to notice that these girls have huge, beautiful asses to attract the opposite sex. What are girls doing when they take pictures? They're puffing their lips out intentionally intentionally to try to make it look like they have these big, beautiful lips to attract the opposite sex. What are the Hollywood girls doing? They're poofing their lips up with injections to try to look like a female. We're attempting a sex change from female to female. Because those people that are around you are chemical hermaphrodites. When they went through puberty, their body measured and said, hey, there's no species-specific energy for our species here. We cannot afford to make more humans. We will salt the earth. And so your body chose to express the opposite sex to attract the same sex. And all we have to do to repair that, to reverse that, is open the soil. Here, our soil is wide open. We walk out and we just see dirt. There's poop on the dirt. The chickens are all day long mad pooping on the dirt, and that's beautiful. We don't look at that and go, oh, how do I get that cleaned up? The trees are dropping leaves onto the soil, and we don't go, oh man, who's going to rake this up? Who's going to rake up these leaves? Those leaves came out of the soil. The only way this is sustainable is if those leaves go back into the soil. Is that a quick process? Quick enough. Forests are doing just fine without somebody going out there, taking all of this stuff and putting it into a landfill. Understand, people, the energy in this soil is finite. It's not magical. It's finite. Everything that comes up out of here needs to go back into here. If you grow fruit on site, don't sell that fruit. Your responsibility is to eat that fruit and then return that fruit to the soil. This is a bill that we owe. Your body came from the soil, and when you're done with your body, you need to be putting that body back in the soil. That's an insane amount of protein, carbohydrate, microorganisms, all of the things that the soil needs. Protein is what soil uses to store energy during dry periods or frozen periods, where we're not receiving those nutrients on a regular basis. We're storing them in protein. Your body is this perfect recipe. It comes up out of the soil, it goes back into the soil. The leaves that are grown owe the soil a debt. That cow owes the soil a debt. We're growing the vegetables up out of there. The cow eats the vegetables. He's now removed the energy from that soil. He's got a debt to pay. He's going to put that energy back into the soil. That's the only way this whole thing is sustainable, is if we reconnect to these energies and start paying our debt. Everything that comes out goes back. When we make our eggs in the morning time, the door is wide open, we chuck those eggshells out there. Coffee is poison. However, when we make coffee for guests, we just pour the coffee grounds out onto the soil. We don't have a special mix, a special tea. Here's what we do with the eggshells, and then we put them in the blender. Then we soak them in vinegar, and then we dance around, or some weird crap. We just put those things back. There's a bunch of workers out there called microorganisms and ants, and they just sort it out. We don't have to do that. We haven't done it for millions of years. We don't need to do that now. We've already got people handling that job. Another area is your trash. When we have Amazon packages, the eggs cartons. The cartons in this country aren't foam. They are like a paper mache product. We've all seen, the big 36 count. egg sheets, and so biodegradable, you just chuck them out the door. When it's raining, you're going to pull a bunch of moisture and fill up. Then when it's dry outside, they're going to be like a sponge that's holding some water for later on. And in a couple of rains, those are just going to disappear and become new soil. There's soil that's leaving your house. When it rains, some of that soil is leaving your house. You need to have a sustainable amount of soil coming back into your habitat for your body to say, hey, we're sustainable here. We have the right to live ourselves, and we have the right to procreate. We have the right to make some more people here. We're not endangering our environment, our habitat, if we add more life here. Excuse me. The system of measurement never stops. And every minute you're alive, your body is making evolutionary decisions based on that data. So as we change the data, our bodies are going to change. Your genetics aren't mom plus dad plus time. It was set the moment you came out. Mom had acne at 13, dad had dyslexia at 13, so you're going to be a child with acne and dyslexia at 13. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Appreciate you. Thanks for playing craps with my life. Fortunately, that's not the case. Genetics isn't a language, and it's going to be an exact reflection of what's happening inside of your house. If you've got a young lady with man's lips, a man's butt, man's height, man's hands, and a male personality, we do not have species-specific energy at that house, and that's what your daughter, that's what your wife, that's what this beautiful person, that's what their genetics are speaking to you. Genetics is a language. Before you see a female, if you see where she lives, you're going to know what her body is going to express. Before you see a woman's house, you see her sexual expression, you're going to know exactly what that house looks like. Guys, you have to reconnect to this genetic communication. There's no judgment. We're all saying, hey, you can't say she looks like good or bad or male or female. We can't have judgment. It's not judgment, beautiful people. If we know that it changes second by second, if we know that our young ladies are trying to pretend like they have larger lips than they actually have to attract the opposite sex, and we know that we can repair that beautiful young lady so she has those tools, then our job is not to shame. You can't say anything. Our job is to repair our homes, repair our habitation, repair our laboratory experiment where we are the lab rats. We're going to see the exact same thing expressed. If we keep separating ourselves from nature, we understand that the zero procreation is the goal. If that doesn't work, we just keep seeing more murder until we satisfy this. But as long as 341 million people are living this lifestyle, you're all dead. You're all dead. You're all dead. It doesn't matter how many animals are in the country if your relationship is here. You could be living right next to 100 cows if your relationship to those cows is eating packaged food with antibiotics in it and shipping your amazing 10 billion helpers off to the water treatment plant to be murdered, and the water returns not with microorganisms, but with more antibiotics that you put inside you to murder the guys that are doing all the jobs that are inside of you. I don't know what you want here, people. We don't need to shame each other, that's for sure. Our discussions need to stop being, you're not allowed to say anything new. Hey, we don't need to worry about what people look like. This is why. Now let's fix this. Let's start having conversations about, what beautiful things we're putting in our soil. There might be people that are way better at this than me. Quite frankly, I'm so overworked that all the time I stumble into solutions to problems and then go, why didn't I know that? Why didn't I know that? This is so much easier. Oh God, we raise tilapia here. And not only were we kind of abusing the tilapia with our lack of knowledge, but everything is so much easier once you figure it out. For the longest time, we're cleaning the pump that filters the water. We're cleaning it, cleaning it, cleaning it, and cleaning it, and nothing works. We're taking it apart, and nothing works. And then one day, you bang it on the railing, and everything just drops out. We were using brushes. We were using the jet spray on the garden hose. We were using sponges. We're going nuts with this thing and getting done and going, hey, we can't get up inside of this thing. The water's just not getting up into where it's clogged up. And then one day we bang the thing on the fence railing, and that's it. Everything just knocks out of it. And you're like, what? Is everything this easy? And it sucks that we got disconnected in the 1950s here, people. It was very profitable, and so they did this intentionally. And they exacerbated it because dead people just consume. They just consume. They need medical care all the time because they're eating themselves to death. Medicine has gotten very good at keeping you alive. They have not gotten very good at keeping you healthy, just out of the soil. Trying to murder yourself by just force feeding carbohydrates, neurotoxins, pharmaceutical drugs for pleasure. Just force feeding yourself. Your body has made the decision that your body needs to get into the soil to repair the soil. Up here, you're killing the soil. In here, you repair the soil is the plan. And so we're supposed to die until there's a sustainable number, but we're tricking the system that's making the decisions by removing ourselves from these things. When we go out in nature, we go out with condoms on our hand, condoms on our feet. We don't touch anything. We've got a system inside of us that's telling us how to collect these amazing microorganisms, what things to touch. We're supposed to be getting flashes of what things we're supposed to be touching. Amazing people. This is a scavenge hunt that you're supposed to be on in nature every single day to get these things back. We have a full system. It's all automated, but so beautiful. I thought this morning that I would tell you that it's not just work. There was a beautiful moment I kind of wanted to share with you guys. I don't know how many chickens are out there. There's a lot of chickens out there. When I open the door, they just flood inside. Chickens are supposed to be scared of humans, but these guys are great, but they're just on top of your feet immediately. And now generations. We've got one generation after the next. Each generation becomes less skittish, and so the little tiny babies will just come up and sit on your shoe, waiting for it. They know you're the source of food, And so they want to be the closest possible, so they'll just come up and sit on your shoe and wait for the food. It's very cute. Then you go to the other houses and the chickens are freaking out. Ah, there's a person close, we gotta get, it's going down, we gotta get out of here. The moment though, this morning, every morning I do a 3-hour cardio. There's some chores before, there's some chores after. Feed the chickens, feed the fish, clean the filter on the fish tank, clean the filter on the swimming pool. So I'm sitting there cleaning out the leaves from the strainer basket. And a family of chickens comes over. They've already eaten. I'm sitting there cleaning out I've got a little fish net. Like you would go to the store and buy a fish, and they would, use this fish net to grab the fish. That's what I use to clean the strainer basket out, because the filter's already running at that time. The pump is already running at that time, so I can't just take the filter basket out, or some leaves would get sucked past it. So I'm cleaning this out with the, very precious, that's a little baby kid, protecting the restaurant from rats. The rats will eat everything. We've got 500 avocados in the tree. You don't have a cat, they're all dead. But the sound of the cat will make the rats choose another house. All very beautiful, just working together. But it's not just work. This morning I'm cleaning that filter leaf strainer on the pool. Just sitting there enjoying working with the water real quick, and then I look up and I haven't even noticed a mother and 3 children. The babies are almost the same size as the mom, but they're used to using mom for the heat, protection, and love and everything else. And so these 4 chickens, the 3 babies and the mom, are just sitting there watching what I'm doing and looking up at me. They're not apprehensive. There's no fear. They're not ready to, when you picture chickens, you picture these guys that are prison escapees or something like that, and it's very beautiful. When you work with this to the point that these animals are just chilling the most on the property. I just finished up doing what I was doing and went on about my day, but as soon as I stood up, I thought, man, that's a perfect moment to share with these guys, to let them know this isn't work. Returning to this open soil method, open soil garden, open soil living, open soil lifestyle. It sounds like growing things and animal husbandry. A lot to learn and a lot to do, but once you're full of these insane chemicals, you're skinny all of the time. Your drive to exercise, the voice inside of your head stops telling you, hey man, exercise is so hard. You're trying to do the thing, but you're at the gym, you're trying to do the cardio, but you're looking at the clock, and your brain is telling you this time will not pass. And even if you do this an hour, you look at the calorie counter and you're like, that's nothing. That's not enough. An hour of cardio, rigorous cardio in a gymnasium, elliptical machine or something like that, isn't a Snickers bar. That's not a Snickers bar. You need to go into a deficit, but you're eating 3,000 calories a day. You need 1,500. It'd take you 6 hours to burn that up unless you get your body on your side again. You guys working together, making decisions together. Your body is trying to murder you, so it's storing cholesterol in the worst possible places. It's telling you to eat the worst possible things. It's telling you more exercise isn't possible. You don't have anybody lubricating your joints, so you're getting injury when you do exercise. It's not a chore to do this. It's so breathtaking. Hey, humans are motivated by sex. Let's talk about that for 1 second. You have no nitric oxide. Any willing participant in sex also has no nitric oxide. Females utilize Viagra as well. The male has to have it, or we can't perform. The female can consent, but without nitric oxide, she's just getting raped. She's just volunteering for a rape. This isn't sex. With your nitric oxide present, guys, I gotta tell you, the drive to have sex, monumental, but the enjoyment from sex, 100 times, 100 times. And then the contentment. In America, there's never enough sex. It's never a person that's attractive enough. And then after sex, you're thinking, all right, what's next? That didn't make me happy. What's next? Is there a venue with $1,000 ticket and girls with the biggest boobs and monster trucks with the biggest things and the loudest songs with the bass that gets you all pumped up, and you get done with that experience, and you're just exhausted, you're not happy, you're not content, because human happiness is serotonin, and human content can be described as GLP-1s. Hey, I ate, I'm content, I feel happy, that's what I needed, and now it's over with, instead of I ate, but my body's telling me I'm still starving. I'm physically full, and my body is saying, where's the food at? Partly because it's trying to kill you, and partly because there's no nutrients in that crap you call food in America. Amazing people. This return. So beautiful when you say, hey, today I'm going to do something. The voice inside your head says, fuck yeah, you're going to do that, and you're going to kill it. Beautiful young ladies are coming up to you and talking to you, and you're going, this shouldn't be working out. This ain't working out in America. What's going on over here? But an attractive single person of any age is unattractive person. It's in America. If I were a single person in America, talking to married people or conservative people, they'd be like, "Oh, poor guy. It's too bad he missed out on his life. His life is over." That's not the, when somebody says you own a beautiful home and you're single, they envy. They're like, what? You're about to have the ride of your lifetime, dude. It's the things, the social norms and the voices and ideas that come out of your own head are being dictated by the decisions that your body is making. Shunning mating opportunity is the only thing that's happening in America. Having, copious amounts of sex to pass disease, but never feel content. Never feel, oh, that did it. Man, thank God, that was amazing. That was a pressure, it built up, and now it's gone. Instead of, I need another person, I need 5 more people, I need the biggest boobs to just be content with the people around you, be content with the people you love. It's a very beautiful thing. Guys, I'm out of time. You guys are amazing. and I care about you, and I'm going to do this again real soon.